Hello there.
Welcome to the deep dark forests of Sweden and welcome everyone to this channel. Let me introduce myself to you guys. My name is Kevin, I am 24 years old and as you can see I am a car enthusiast. Well, you cannot see that by now, but you will learn on later on the road. Next to me stands my beloved 2005 Saab 95 Aero, which I have owned for 9 months I think now. And let me take you to the voiceover and let me show you how I've ended up with this fine automobile. So, Kevin from the future here. Back in the summer of 2025, I traveled to the Netherlands together with the wife to see some friends and family. I was also gonna fix up my old E36 Touring that I wanted to take back to Sweden. But thanks to some unfortunate events, I had to forfeit that car. A very good friend of mine then had a car for trading, and that was my now Saab 95 Aero. After a good look around the car, we made a deal and I traded my E36 for the Aero. Back when I got the car, there were a few little things that needed addressing for MOT. The exhaust, where the rear muffler broke off. The exhaust was also leaking near the flexible part. There was also a smell of coolant that was untraceable, but later it turned out to be a broken heat core. Also, the high pressure line on the power steering system was leaking pretty badly, and the Aero was really showing a 428,000 kilometers. When I got back in Sweden, I put her aside until my other 95 broke down. Then I fixed up the heater core and imported the car to Sweden. After that I got the parts to fix the power steering leak and kept on dailying her. We are now at the point where she happily sits on 443,000 kilometers, and I decided that it was time to combine my hobbies, making YouTube videos and working on cars, to start a YouTube channel. Also, with the lack of Saab content out there, I really want to teach other people how these wonderful machines work. Let's get into it and introduce the car now properly by doing a walk around. The first thing you will notice is this car has 3 extra lights in the front. They are from LEDFORCE. They are 120 watts per lamp. I can put up some footage of them working at nighttime. I think personally they work really great, and especially for the price I paid for them. If you are interested in them, I can put a link for you down in the description. Please note that in some countries you cannot have extra lights on the front. Sweden is tolerating them, but not every country loves them. As you can see, the headlights, they have been weathered. This one is especially yellow. I don't know how it comes out on film, but in person it's pretty yellow and there's also some white stains on it. For the left side it's starting to get yellow, so we have to polish these up. And if we go on the right side here, we can see that there's a pretty nasty scratch. And as well there is some damage down here and all the way down here up to the other side, and here's a big chunk missing now. Truly, I don't know how you hit the bumper. The car is currently on lowering springs, by the way, but yeah, it's for some people it's hard to drive with lowered cars. But it's also hard for some people to drive with a Saab 95. This is not a regular city car. I mean, the thing is about 5 meters long. Probably the first owner experienced it with damage. This bumper is not the original one. Back in 2016 the bumper got damaged by the first owner, I think. I think he also hit the side fender, because if you move to the sides, yeah, that's not looking spicy. It's also a bit mangled up here, and if you take a look here, there is some clear coat peeling going on. The car is currently sitting on Ali 36 winter wheels, and then the brakes, they work fine, but since there's no service history of the car, I just want to replace them and refresh them. Going further up the car, you can see that the mirror cap is scuffed and there is a small dent in here. Then this door is written off. If you look at this one, it's easy to get out with PDR. This one, not so much. As you could see, the paint has been cracked and the angle is too awkward. So basically this door needs replacement. Then down here we have some welding that a friend of mine did when I got the car, but it turns out that he made a white body for it and I'm not really bothered by it, but in the future I'm gonna sort it out. And if we come up here, we could see that there is some cracking going on. This strip on the rear window is also falling apart and there is some ugly damage here. So that needs sorting out. In here you can see that the emblem, I changed it out for a cleaner and nicer one. The one that was on the car was a center cap meant for the rims, and it was weathered and it didn't look nice. And maybe some of you think, why would you even replace your logo on the back of your trunk? Well, this was on it. It got parking sensors, which are not working, of course, because it's a Saab. Why would they work? The tailpipe, it's not straight under the car. It's because first time welding, and be optimistic about it. So we're gonna sort that out once we get another exhaust. A tow hook is important for me because, as you could see, this is the sports sedan. I myself am a station person. Yeah, sadly this isn't. And like I told you in the voiceover, I got a good deal out of it. So I use my cars a lot, and especially when it comes to trailering stuff. So a tow hook is a must. Then the tail light, it's cracked. I do have a replacement for it. So we're gonna do that after the shots. Then as we follow the car, you could see some rust forming in the wheel arch. This is pretty normal for these cars. They usually rust behind the wheel arches, and especially in the back. And if we follow the line here, it's a common spot for them to rust. And this one is also kind of crusty here. And just to show you guys what I mean with rust on the 9.5. This is my old 9.5 that is currently acting as a parts car. The fender here is rotted out. Here in the door is what I meant with the rust. This is actually filled up with filler. This is exactly what I mean. They rust very, very bad. If we take a look here, yeah, not so happy anymore. Yeah, this is the rust problem you have on a 9.5 if you do not clean it often. Then the brakes. On that side, they're good. These brakes, not so much. It's all because of the brake caliper. The brake caliper has guide pins that should be lubed up, otherwise it's gonna stick. And it did, it sticked. When I tried to lube them up again, I saw that the cylinder wasn't looking too happy. So we are going in for a full rebuild. While we're here, you can see a big scratch on the bottom. For this door, I think it's a shame. This door, not so much. Otherwise, this door is looking pretty good. Also, the shark fin on top is not the right one. I don't know who put it on there, but it's there now. And if we follow this to the door, you could see what I mean with, I don't care about this door. I don't know, maybe someone who put something onto it. They messed it up and it's rusting and it's broken the rubber. So it's time for a new door. The mirror is scuffed here, and if you could see, there is actually hail damage on the hood. It was already mentioned in the auction report. Yeah, it's always sad to see it. This mirror is also corroding. I changed out the front windscreen because in order to pass Swedish besiktning, I had to replace it because there was a crack all the way to there. The guy who put it in, he messed up a little bit, took a little bit of clear coat off on both sides. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Then the brake on this side, also serviceable. Rim is scratched. Do not care so much about it because these are my winter rims. And I had these rims for 4 years now or so. Bought them for €100 used. Changed out the tires on them and just put them on. Also, this cap for the headlight washer is missing. That's about it on the exterior. Let's take a look under the hood. So, under here lives the Saab B235R. And this is actually a pretty strong block. It's a T7, but it's strong. It's a 2.3 inline 4 with a turbocharger, of course, because it's a Saab. It's pushing out 250 horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. However, this power plant has some issues. For example, sometimes with a hot start, it's rough idle. There is a gearbox mount underneath this electrical box that is shot. This engine mount I replaced with a used one. It's not the best anymore, so I want to replace that also. Underneath here, I can put up a picture for you guys. There lives a torque rod, and that one is also shot, so that needs a replacement. Then oil leaks, of course it has. Down here is leaking a little bit of engine oil. Another leak that's quite concerning. There is a leak near the water pump of coolant. And I know what you think, if it's leaking coolant, why are you driving with it? It's leaking not so much, it's only leaking a little bit under pressure. I do need to fix it, I have the new water pump laying around, but it's probably on the connection part to the engine, because the 9.5 water pump has a connection piece to the engine, which is sealed off with an O-ring, and that's probably faulty. So I need to change that out. I will show you guys the whole process of that. I have also changed out the power steering line, the high pressure one, because that one was leaking pretty badly. Someone in the past decided to replace the intercooler hoses, which is a good idea, and especially with this mileage and this age. I mean, it's a 20-year-old car, it has 443,000 kilometers on it now, so it's a good thing to do. And of course, tuning. A lot of tuning. Everything else, I'm missing the cover here for the battery. The eye cassette I changed out also. The charge pipe was also a problem that's been changed as well. And someone was smart and put the aluminum valve in. It's a one-way valve from the CCV system. This car is a pre-2004, so it already has the Mod 6 built into it. If you have one before 2004, I would highly recommend you do the Mod 6. I can show you that on another car, but maybe that's something for later. So let me show you guys the interior now. So if we come into the 9.5, we are greeted by grey sport seats, full on leather, heated, ventilated, but this one is no more heated. And why, you would ask? Well, the tried itself on fire when I was going to work. I got a spot on my butt and it got a spot on the seat, so I decided to pull it out. Then the door card, nothing really out of the ordinary except for this piece, but I had this in my old 9.5 and this is exactly where your arm will rest. So you can hold the steering wheel good. As you could see, I changed the loadout and I do have the controls of the extra lights here. Then the steering wheel itself, it's not too bad. It's not great either, but it's not too bad. Then the shifter, it's missing a cover. As you could see, the ventilated and heated seats. And then some idiot decided to put in a caliber, however you want to call this crap. Yeah, it sounds absolutely horrible. And if we go to the back, there is still a bit of mess in, like for example this one to get the snow off my car. But these are also perforated and of course they are heated. It's actually a pretty good spec car. Also the windows are tinted, as you could see. I really like it, except for nighttime driving. So usually the 9.5 doors, they rust here. It's starting to rust a little bit from this part, but this one otherwise is looking very well. Changed out the door speakers. I don't remember what speakers. This isn't working, the power folding mirrors. Why? It's giving a short circuit to ground. So we have to find that out. Truck driver, so red lights. And I decided to put in an LED here. Also, a fun fact about this one. They are very, very, very dirty at the moment. But these are the old Moptune floor mats. Maybe for next winter I'm gonna put in the original ones from my old 9.5. So, if you take a look at the cluster, you could see that the turbo gauge, it's not at the right stopping point. It has been since I got the car, and sometimes it is at the right stopping point and sometimes it isn't. But let's try a warm start and hear the engine purr. Also due to the mounts, the car is very shaky right now. As you could see, 443,747 kilometers. Apart from the engine mounts that are shaking and two subframe rubbers that aren't subframe rubber anymore, it's okay. It's not going crazy and idle like it's bouncing all the time. Then we have the cup holder. And of course it works. I had to change it out because yeah, it was like crap. This is not original. These are LEDs in the back of here. And I think they look better. Also, fun fact, these stopped working properly. I also put stronger lights in, better output, better light, better everything. There are DRLs in the extra light. They do not work at the moment. Why? I think there's maybe a grounding issue. We will find out. So yeah, that's the 9.5 Aero that I love. I'm gonna take you guys on a journey with me so we can fix it up. By fixing it up, let's start immediately with something easy and after that a little challenging, I would say. In this video we're gonna change the backlight that has been cracked and we are going to attempt to fix the window that it's gonna be able to open normally. So let's dive into it. Like I said, I have the replacement part right here. It's very easy to get them out. Usually tail lights are pretty easy to get out. It's held in here, here and here by 3 10mm nuts, and then these clips are holding on to a piece of the chassis. So let's go and fit this one. There is one here that I already undid, one here and one here, and then these are clipping into some piece of the chassis. And just like that, the old tail was out. So out with the old. and it's just as easy as slide it back in. Make sure it's in, and would you look at that. That makes actually quite a big difference. If we compare them, the broken ugly one is broken precisely at the reflective part. It's a good thing it's out. And then all that's left to do is click him back in like that, and just like that you changed out your rear light. And now I'm gonna put the broken one back in the parts car so water is not getting into that one. So I'm gonna do something that I try to postpone as long as possible, and that's to do window regulator thingy, slider, whatever it is. It's this piece. If your window go bad on a Saab, 90% of the time it's these little things. They live behind the door card, behind the vapor barrier. So what we are gonna do is we're gonna remove the door card. The door card is held in by a couple of T30 screws. Make sure to put everything at a place where you can lose it. Here at the bottom there is some clip that you have to press in, one of these clips. And then on this car there is also a door light. So on the 9.5 you have to pull off this trim, like so. And then it's held in by clips. And then what I like to do is just get it out of this strip, because the strip, it will not let go. So put the door card somewhere where you can break it. Also look at this craftsmanship. And in order to get the door card on, take this one off, slide it on the door card and then put it back in. Otherwise it's gonna be a hell. Remove the vapor barrier, which is held in by duct tape. This side is gonna tilt towards the front. I suspect that it is this one. So what we are gonna do is first get my keys. So we're gonna tilt down, holy. Okay, yeah, that one is pretty broken. Like I said, 99% of the time it's these freaking things. The window regulators don't go bad. These break off after 20 years. All you have to do is replace them. So these are my tools of choice. Take the bastard out. That's 200% kaput. It's quite a fail to get it back in. But I managed to put it back in, and the only thing that sucks is that you have to take off the door card. And like that, it's fixed. So we changed out the tail light now, a window that was broken. We're gonna get to the harder stuff later on. So, like I told you, this piece needs to go in here and then clips onto here. I usually slide it back in. So what you have to do, just put it onto here and slide it on. As you could see, there is a groove. Just follow the groove. And then, if you have it on, line this piece, editor, please, line this up. If you line that up, you can click it on. Put back the connector, put back the door lock, the door card, slide him into position, give him a good smack, and then line up the clips. So what we are going to do now is put back the screws that hold in the door card. And what I usually do, shut the door and make sure it works. Also, don't forget this clip that you took out of the underside. You would have to separate these parts, the pin and the clip part. Put in the clip part first, put in the pin, put the door light, and we're done. So I'm gonna end the first episode right here. Next time we're gonna attack the water pump in order to fix the leak of coolant. If you enjoyed this, please like the video. Consider to subscribe if you want to see more on this particular 9.5 and maybe some more projects maybe in the future. Wink wink. I'm not gonna say too much, but there is something else coming up. So thank you for watching, and I see you guys in the next episode. Bye. Are we gonna say it like the Swedes do? Hey,